So growing up, I was always insecure about my voice. I never liked the way that I sounded. My style is very girly, it's very feminine, it's very light and pink, and I always felt like my voice never really matched that energy. I always wanted to change my voice or not sound like the way I am. I do talk more about this in my corresponding blog post to this video. So if you head over to my website, chanelmariebrooks.com, I have a blog post detailing more about my backstory with my relationship with my voice. And I'll also put a link in the description. But currently I'm taking a lot of music classes, and throughout the years that I have taken classes or worked with mentors, I've received the same feedback over and over and over again. Singing your natural voice, singing your natural voice. And I always thought, this is my voice. This is what I want to sound like, I would always be putting my voice up here because it sounds so pretty and it just matches my personality and aura. But really, my voice naturally sits down here. And my voice teacher told me that it's not sustainable having that breathy voice. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of work. You're using more vocal energy than you need to. And I want to be a professional musician. I want to have a sustainable music career. I want to have a beautiful singing voice. So I'm getting back to the basics, and I am trying to discover my voice and a sound that I like. So I started to think more about my sound. What is my style? And what artist sounds similar to me? And I started listening to artists like Sade, Khalees, Beyonce, Etta James. I've always loved Etta James. They all are female artists that have really deep voices. Also, Sarah Vaughan is a very good one as well. They all have very deep voices and successful careers. So it's starting to make me change my outlook and my feelings towards my voice and working more towards producing a sound that is natural to me, but also beautiful and to my liking, and it expresses who I am and I sound the way that I want to sound. So I am writing an original song. I'm going to sing it in my natural voice in a place that feels comfortable for me. And I'm really going to explore my sound and explore what is my voice. Because I feel like there is a trend nowadays where people want to sound like somebody else. Everyone wants to make a career out of sounding like somebody else. A lot of people copy paste a lot of artists. And in my journey, I definitely am guilty of trying to do that because you're just so inspired. It's like when you're so inspired by an artist, it's like you want to be them. You love the way they sing, you love the way they carry themselves, you love their style, and you just want to emulate that because you really like that. And copying someone or emulating someone is always the best form of flattery, But I realized that you're not going to be memorable copying somebody else. Why would you want to be somebody else when that person's taken? Because listen, I don't want to listen to a Mariah Carey sound alike or a Beyonce sound alike. If I want to, or an Amy Winehouse sound alike. Those are all artists that I like. If I want to listen to those artists, I can just go listen to their music. You know what I'm saying? And it is really hard nowadays to make a career out of being original because, if you know what's worked before, chances are it's going to work again. People don't want to take a chance on someone original. But the thing is, all of those artists that we've grown to love, they were all original. Somebody took a chance on them and now they've become a household name, So again, this video is going to be about me writing my own original song and putting it in my natural voice and exploring that aspect. But first, I gotta warm up. So let's do that. So the first exercise I'm doing is diaphragm pulses. This is to strengthen the diaphragm and it helps you sing with a supported breath. So it's doing that pulsing of the diaphragm. It does hurt. It does give you a strong
abdomen, and it gives your diaphragm strength so that you can sing with power and with support. And that's what I'm doing here. I do the Cheryl Porter video. She has a mega diaphragm workout, and it's by this voice teacher named Cheryl Porter. So the next warm-up I do is Jacob's Vocal Academy. It's a 5-minute vocal warm-up where it consists of humming, singing on the word mom, singing on the word goo, doing a lot of lip trills. Those are lip trills. And it's just a 5-minute vocal warm-up that I do, and I completed that video. I like that vocal warm-up because it really warms up your voice and it really makes you feel ready to sing. And then afterwards, I proceed on to my next vocal warm-up. With these vocal exercises, I really try to keep my larynx neutral and my high palate high. I have an issue with tightening my throat. That's why you see me holding my throat like that, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm not lifting my larynx and I'm not squeezing my throat to reach those higher notes, and that it's supported. So that's why you see me doing that. But reaching those higher notes is a little bit harder for me. I do feel like I have to strain. So this vocal warm-up really gives me a good chance to warm up that part of my voice and practice singing it correctly with technique and not hurting my voice. So let's do this. So I'm thinking of making the melody like this. Your soft eyes makes my cherry fly, and I am lost in paradise. It was my mistake, I should have stayed. I've got to watch myself before I fall into your gaze. Dominate, you reciprocate. So putting it more lower, it is more natural, it feels a little bit easier, and it's not like I'm straining. I did have a melody saved on my phone, so I'm gonna grab my phone. I'm gonna listen to it because I liked how I had it. Soft green eyes, soft green eyes. So I'm gonna start off with that low note because I feel like it kind of grabs your attention, like, whoa, did you hear that low note? You know, so it kind of grabs your attention and makes you want to listen. So wow, so maybe that's like a G3. Oh no, it's F. So F3. So the way I write my notes is I always do like, on the piano, you know how it's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It repeats, there's like the third, the fourth, the fifth. You know how they have the notes like C5, C6, G7. That's how I write my notes. So if you hear me say F3, I don't know what the numbers, like, I don't know if it refers to like, I don't really know what the numbers mean, but I just know F3, F4, F5, F6. So you hear me say that. So F3. Making sure I'm keeping the diaphragm supported. So I sang it on my phone, so let me make sure I'm getting. Makes my cherry fly, makes my cherry fly, makes my cherry fly. So makes is B3, A3. And I don't really know how to write music in terms of like, I mean, I understand music, but in terms of like singing it and writing it on the staff, I don't know how to translate the rhythm into music notation. I understand music notation, but I don't know how to like actually write it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I singing an eighth note, a fourth note, a quarter note, a whole note? I don't know. So I do a lot of my music by ear. So I just write the lyrics here. I write the lyrics here, and then I write the letter names on top of it. That is just my method. So far we have makes my cherry fly. If I'm starting on F3, maybe makes my, well, that's not in the key. So y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but I read that the first note that you start on is the key of the song, and I'm starting on F. So I'm assuming this song is in F major. Makes my, so B flat. So that would be a B flat. So I'm going to play the melody so far. So here I was really struggling to get the words makes my. I didn't know how to sing it, and I didn't know how that phrase would fit in the melody, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know how to sing it within the melody and make it sound like it works and that it goes together and that it flows. So I really spent my time just singing the words and matching up verbatim, what is this note on the piano? What is this note on the piano? And writing it down in my little notebook. So I have my phone here, and I sang it in my phone, and I like the way I sang it in my phone. And I'm just trying to transpose that melody onto paper, so then I can go to the studio, have the melody, and we can put chords or music to it. This was really hard for me because I do everything by ear, and this is my first time really just wanting to like dictate the music and notate it down. It's a lot of work, and it's more than just singing a melody and writing words, because if you want to collaborate with other people, if you want people to create music to your songs, you kind of have to do this hard work. And then you actually have to memorize the melody, because another thing that I struggle with is singing the song different each time. When I'm singing, I'm so passionate, I just go with the flow, and I go with my ear. But my voice teacher told me it's not good to always sing a cappella, because you need the music behind you so that you can stay in pitch, you can stay on key. So that's why I'm writing it down. But I really struggled here, but I enjoyed myself. But it was a lot of work, but I eventually got through it. And then I eventually sang it differently again. So we'll see, but this is my journey so far. when I have it all figured out, and then we'll add chords. Okay, so one of my biggest struggles I was having here with writing out the melody was remembering it. So I would write something and then I would try to sing it along with music and I would forget it. So I stopped dictating the melody on piano and I started using Chord. So Chord is a website where it generates chord progressions for you, and I started writing my song to that. So this is my chord progression that I have on Chord, and I wrote my song to this, and here we go. What do you think? I like it. So what do you think? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your sacred eyes makes my cherry fly, and I am lost in paradise. It was my mistake, I should have stayed. Oh God, was so before into her gaze. I'm amazed. You reciprocate. Yeah. So I kind of just worked out the melody like that because I'm not really good at writing music out, but I'm very good at making the melody with my voice to the music. And I thought, okay, this is a compromise for myself. I definitely wanted it to be more jazzy, have a little bit more. Your soft green eyes makes my day fly. But Chord doesn't do that, so definitely had to rearrange the melody a little bit and rearrange my voice. So the goal with this is I'm trying to focus on keeping my larynx neutral, because that's something I really struggle with as a singer. I tend to move my larynx, and that is a huge no-no in music. So you have to keep your larynx still. So yeah, so I basically wrote the melody with my voice using that chord progression. So basically my songwriting process was finding a chord progression that I like and putting a melody to it with my voice. And I really focused on what feels good, what feels nice, what feels comfortable for myself to sing, you know. I didn't really worry too much about theory. I just let my ear be my guide, because I feel like in general, even if you're not a professional musician or you don't have ear training, if you can make out different notes, you kind of know what goes well with the chord progression and what doesn't. So for me, I rely heavily on my ear, and now it's just about training my ear through repetition and practice. You've already heard the song. Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.